Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I'm back again. It's NJ and Mukundi,
Right,
and we are back on that proper one.
There we
Okay,
go.
all
There we
right, that
go.
better, that better, that better. Yeah, so we're back on the podcast, and remember the theme of the podcast is success, and success
Wait,
is
let
the
me try.
progressive.
Let me try.
All right.
Success is the progression of a worthy ideal, which means you're going after what you've always wanted because it's aligned with your highest values. And that's the only way that you can live a truly fulfilled and successful life.
Oh, so okay, nice one. Nice. Missed a few words there, but we're good.
Amen.
We're good,
Amen.
we're good,
Amen.
we're good.
I tried.
Yeah. So back on our weekly conversations and chat, and last time, what were we on about, right? No, winner's mentality.
Yeah, the winner's mentality.
Yeah. Like how you shouldn't have a meltdown.
Speaking of mentality,
Yeah.
how did you come up with that mantra?
Which one?
Success is a...
So it's from the first book, Inspired Success: The 5 Keys to Reach Greater Heights of Achievement. And the question I was asking is, what makes people successful versus other people or not? Why do certain people have more money than others? Why do more people win more championships than others? Than crime, except for crime, why people are smarter than others? And because I was looking at the people that were around me. They were smarter, faster, better, all of that. And I said, there's absolutely no ways that I can't achieve what they're achieving. So why do some people have the most fantastic, passionate relationships? And why some people's relationships, you look at that, I'm like, I don't want that.
Keep me away.
No, shut.
Grand.
So in 2014, when I was still staying with my roommates at the time, mom and dad, because I wasn't paying rent.
Oh.
I was paying rent, but not that much.
Okay.
My brother was on the decks, so I didn't pay for parties. I just refused to do that.
Oh, shout out.
Sister designs, fashion designer, so like I got discounts on clothes.
Oh.
And so I took that money and I started going to every wealth creation seminar that I could find. I was still doing that till this day. And I went across the world. I went to Las Vegas, Nevada. I went to Singapore, Toastmasters International, Joburg, Santa Convention Center, Cape Town, and looking at all the teachers and mentors, Robert Kiyosaki, Robin Sharma, Tony Robbins, all the self-help rich gurus out there. So then I was like, I want to know what success is. And then I came across a recording by Sir Earl Nightingale. He's known as the Dean of Personal Development. And he was a very big radio personality, motivational speaker at the time, and he had his own like radio programs, right? So basically, the podcast of their day. Yeah. And he also had the same question I had, so I'm like, but he found the answer, and he said, "Success." That's his direct quote. Success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. That means if you have a goal to become one of the best top sports podcasters and you're doing that every single day, by definition you're successful because you're going after every single day something that's important to you, versus if you were still podcasting but you're podcasting about law and crime and I don't know, Abu Malavin, that's you're not being successful because you're still doing podcasting but you're not doing it in the field that you want to. And success is not necessarily defined by in the abundance of the things people possess. So if you have, I've met a lot of people with a lot of money, but then their lives are a living hell. I was in Las Vegas this one time.
You gonna cry in that Toyota or this Maybach?
If I have to have a choice,
exactly.
give me that. Give me the Ferrari, hey,
bro.
I'll cry in the Ferrari.
Nah, let me cry in the Ferrari.
Yeah, but then it doesn't have to be either or, right? Some people have more money. They can literally buy Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, and Jeff Bezos out of a coffee can. If you could do that and you are still miserable and you want to kill yourself every day, that's not a success. That's a problem.
Yeah.
While I was in Las Vegas checking out Tony Robbins, the GOAT of personal development and motivational speakers. That's Tony Robbins. He's the GOAT. So I was sitting.
I don't even know him.
Yeah, you don't even know. Now you do. Now you do. That's what he one day. Yeah. I was in Las Vegas, the Mirage Hotel, and in Las Vegas, it's a gambling culture.
course.
Well, you know, Las Vegas.
Of course.
There's slot machines everywhere. When you land in the airport, there's slot machines. As you go down the Las Vegas Strip,
Yeah.
it's just like lights and it's
ATMs give out casino chips. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
You go to a restaurant, there's gambling there. My hotel, there's gambling there.
That's
You
mad.
go to a convenience store, chain.
No wonder they call it Sin City.
Yeah,
Like, yo.
I actually joke sometimes and say that I actually haven't been to America because Las Vegas is a lie of America. That's not Compton. Compton, yeah.
I wanna go to Vegas, bro.
Las Vegas.
It's a bucket list destination for it should be for everyone.
I need to go back. We should actually go back.
Yeah, bro.
Actually, because I didn't fully experience it.
Yeah, because you were there on a mission.
I was there on a mission to find an answer, and then I was there for 10 days, right? I was there for 10 days, but budget didn't allow because it cost me enough just to get the ticket for the event, and then the flights, and then the accommodation, and I was like, I don't have money to do a helicopter ride across the Grand Canyon. That's something that I want to do. Yeah, and we also looked up with some South Africans there, and then we had a braai.
Oh, how did you find each other? You just say tech in public, and then and then they all turned around.
Massa passa honse broer. So Dr. G. You know the rest. You know, when we were going there, he lives there. There was a South African lived there, like the friend of mine, basically the leader of the group we were going with. He knew the guy that relocated and lived there. And that guy was making money off making viral YouTube videos.
Oh, damn.
So he was like killing it nicely and having a great time there. So he's we were there. It was like, hey, let's link up, and then we had a bride, massive steak like this. This guy, it was a vibe. It was a vibe.
Yeah.
So one of the nights when we were on break from the conference, sat down with people who were there genuinely rich. I mean, and there's one guy, he had more money than I could count, and we were just chilling there, kicking it, having a drink. And then I just asked the question, how are you here? How are you successful? What do you do? And he was miserable.
Damn.
He was miserable.
Damn.
Very miserable. And
what's he
I asked him, so how much do you make? What do you do? He's in the media industry. And you know, like media, if you get it right, you can get paid. But who's that guy that's making millions off a podcast? Because
there's a bunch of them. Joe Rogan.
Not Joe.
Which one?
Like he built his own following, and then he got
McAfee.
Yes, Pat McAfee.
Yeah,
like if you do it, Pat McAfee.
Oh man.
Yeah, exactly.
Bill Simmons actually had the blueprint for that.
Is it?
With The Ringer? Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. He has this thing called The Ringer. It's also like a network, sports network. Yeah. And he signed a deal with ESPN and Spotify and them back in the day for hundreds and millions of dollars. Bill Simmons, he's got the blueprint.
We need to study his bluept.
Yeah. That's the blueprint I need.
Brother Bill.
Yeah.
To follow you. So
I need to move like Stephen A. Smith with the Bill Simmons blueprint. That's what I want.
Yeah. Shouting A. Smith. That's what you're gonna be.
Screaming A. Smith.
Screaming A. Smith. We'll call them Screaming A. Smith.
I don't know. I saw it on Twitter once. And then...
okay. So I asked him, so what do you do? And he said he was miserable and this guy makes $10 million a year.
He's miserable with $10 million a year.
A year.
Like 10 years ago.
Like like what? Yeah, 2025. Yeah.
In that economy.
It's been 10 years since I've been to Las Vegas. I need to go back. It's been too long. So 10 years. That money 10 years ago is
in that economy.
Yeah, $10 million a year. But he was miserable, and he said he was suicidal. I think he was exaggerating, but he says, "I want to kill myself. I'm suicidal." I'm like, why? And then I said, before you do that, you just put me in your will.
Something. Or let me just sign you up for life. Like something, dog. Something. You can just...
You've been talking about signing people up for life cover too often. Like, well,
I've been watching the Rosemary documentary.
Is that why?
I've been watching the Rosemary documentary, so you know.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just looking out for y'all, bro. I'm just looking out for people. Because, like, don't you want your death to mean something? And to help you to know that in your death, you are technically
Desmond
helping
Dube,
someone
here is
else.
your protege.
Like, I got a blue suit. You can call me. You can call me.
But that's very important to have life cover, funeral cover, because you never know when it hits you.
That's the thing, bro.
You never know when it hits you. Take a funeral covers on everyone around you that matters.
That's the thing.
Like, for example, if your sister were to kick it, God forbid, Are you prepared? I'm just saying. Ngabuza nje.
Like,
I'm asking for a friend.
like, are we? We're
Yeah,
not.
like if your brother were to kick it with you, like, are you fine?
No,
Your mom, same.
no,
You know what I mean?
no.
You know what I mean?
You
You know what I mean?
understand?
You know what I
You
mean?
understand?
You know what
I need to
like
do
if your
something.
girlfriend dies, are you fine? Like,
I need to do something. You
like you
understand?
know what I mean? And also these life covers are generally cheap.
Yeah, like 100 rand, and then
There's 30 rand policies, 50 rand policies.
you understand.
100 rand policies. You make it like 50K or 100K, but there's something, you one.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so
Those are adult conversations that
from the moment anyone hits about the age of 16, they need to start having this conversation. A friend of mine has this practice with his family. Every single month, they take out the big black file. And they're like, right, so if I die, this is the form you fill out, this is what you do, this is where you go, this is where you go.
Damn.
Yeah. Because it doesn't happen to you until someone close to you dies and you have to bury them. Yeah. I went through that 5 years old with my dad. No, like, what do we do?
Yo.
Yeah, you went very quickly. I had to bury this man in 2 days. Yeah.
At least my dad gave us like a week.
A week?
Yeah,
No.
we but this was COVID with your dad, right? Like COVID times.
No, it was, but we were at level 5, the freest time that we could be at.
So there was not even any rush to actually.
One thing he noted in his will is like 48 hours, and you'd be under the ground.
Damn.
So we had to make it happen in 48 hours.
And this is when you had to wash him and everything.
Yeah, all of that.
What a crazy experience, dog. I still can't get over that. Like, I saw my dad's corpse once. Once.
Nah, I saw it multiple times, bro.
And I touched his knee like this, like, because I was 12, right? And I'd never. This is my first time being this close to a dead body, bro. Now I have to touch it because it's like my dad. I'm like, no, bro, I gotta touch my guy before he leaves. So I just did this on his knee. Damn.
What just fell?
I opened your little incense.
Oh, you opened the incense. Oh, okay.
So did that.
So but those are real conversations that you're gonna have, and we should be prepared for it. Because it's coming.
It's sad. It's a tough conversation.
Because whether it's going to happen now or 10 years, for 25,
it will happen.
It's going to happen.
It will happen. And after watching Black Panther, and I heard T'Challa's dad saying, "A man who does not prepare his children for his own passing has failed." I'm like, that makes so much sense because I don't think my dad's death would have hit me as hard.
Had you been prepared?
Had I been prepared, sure. I was 12 years old, but it's still just, at 12 years old, you think your parents are going to live forever.
Yeah.
You think they're immortal. And then dad doesn't come back home one day and you're calling him all night. The next morning, people are walking into your house. You're sitting, your mom's crying, losing her mind right there.
Yeah.
And then your grandma then tells you,
what happened
was, yeah, he gone. Like, he gone. What? Bro, I'll never forget that moment.
Bill Withers.
I will never forget that moment, bro. Yeah, 3 p.m., Friday, the 24th of February, 2012. Bro.
The when of February?
24th.
10 days after your birthday, my guy.
My guy.
And that's like a year before you turn into a teenager,
bro.
That's when you need your dad, I think, the most at that time.
Oh no! I keep like one of the deepest conversations I have with my girlfriend, my mom, and my sister is that chat that I will never actually. My dad dying so young has robbed me of so much in life. I never got to. He never taught me how to drive. I never got to ask him about girls. He never got to give me advice on that. A lot of things, bro.
Yeah, so I think life or self-corrects itself. You'll find out that if you do trace it back, and this is a Dr. DiMartini chat, is that if you trace it back, someone was there teaching you that stuff in some form, whether it was your brother or a friend or whatnot. But what you would have liked is for your guy himself.
Yeah, you understand.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and it's sad. It's a sad chat to have, but then it brought me back to reality quick, very quick.
To school.
You understand? And you'd think that I would have learned the year prior because my little brother died on the 11th of April in 2011. Actually, on the 12th of April 2011, coming back from school, 5 minutes from home, dog.
How?
5 minutes from home, car accident. The shuttle.
I don't want to drive anymore.
Even my dad, car accident. So it's a chat that the older I get, the more I'm like, okay, with my own kids, it's something that I'm going to correct. They need to know that we are all mortal.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be morbid with them, but I think they need to know that, man, we are going to die eventually. What I pray for as your parent is that by the time I'm dead, you no longer need me.
That's what in the role of a parent and or father figure is to make sure that your children are as independent of you as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because if that, you just have a big baby, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
You have a very, very big baby, and there are a lot of them out there.
I know a few.
You know a few. I know just a few. You know a lot. Don't I know a lot. I know a lot.
You know what?
I know a lot.
I'm not trying to put people on blast, bro.
No, you gonna put up names, but you're gonna like at least be realistic with your numbers.
You know yourself. You know yourself.
I didn't say do that. I didn't say do that.
But you know yourselves.
No, yeah. So because the thing is, even if there are those people who've had their parents in their lives their entire life, but then they're still so overly dependent on them.
Yes. Yes.
And that's not good.
That's not good. I have friends in their late 20s that are still living at home with both parents, which is completely fine. But you know, you can just tell that if we throw you in the wild now, you're dead. Like
so I stayed with my roommates until I was 28, right? But I was still an adult, paying for things, going out, learning, going to Las Vegas, writing books. So at least you've got that thing.
It's very important, Dark.
That you
leaving. It's you were in danger. You were in danger of being a big baby. Yeah, it's just that, but not everyone has your attitude or your mentality. That thing that we're always joking about, like you're a man, no one's gonna come save you.
No, we're not even joking.
We're being that's the thing.
No one's gonna come save you.
No one's gonna come save you.
That tweet, like, men will get divorced, lose their child, lose a job, lose money, and then say, "I'll figure it out."
What else is there to do? You want me to cry about it?
That's
you want me to mope about it? No, let's figure this out. Let's solve this problem.
Yeah, let's figure this out.
You understand? So you were in real danger that because leaving the nest. I see this because I've experienced it. But when I was 17, my mom drove me 400 kilometers away, left me alone in Johannesburg, and she said, "You'll figure this out." And she went back to Polokwane. 17 years old, dog. I turned 18 a month later, but like still. You left a teenager to fend for themselves in Joburg. The only thing you will do is send them money so that they can live. But everything else... I didn't know anyone. I didn't know anyone at that point, bro.
Yeah.
Fresh. I remember when I used to walk in Joburg, I was scared, bro.
Yeah.
I never wanted it to get dark while I was outside walking in Joburg. Now it's 8 p.m. I'm like, I might go for a little walk around the neighborhood, eh?
Like, now you can do that.
And my mom is always saying, when outside sabi koli when.
Yeah, what were you
supposed to do? Mina nginenkinga ukuthi when outside koli when are you just gallivant around Joburg? I'm like, I live here now. It's my, like, when are you gallivant Polokwane? Why? It's your hood.
I never go Polokwane.
So leaving the nest, right? Yeah. It's very important. I saw that with me. The fact that I look back at it and I'm like, that helped me become an independent man.
Yeah.
That helped me figure out that exit Magne 500.
Yeah.
And there's things that need to be done at home. Let's start there. Fix what has to be done at home. And like every other 18-year-old kid, Magne change. Okay. Let's see what kind of fun we can have with that. But sort out your responsibilities first. Sure. I know grown men who don't even have that mentality, who don't care about that.
It's actually quite bad.
If I have 500, if I have money, if I have whatever,
start charging because of home, right?
I will chow it. I will have it. I will do whatever I need to do because at home they will solve it.
Yeah.
If I screw up, I know that mom and dad at home will solve this.
Yeah.
Me, I learned the hard way that if I screw up, I have to fix it.
Yeah, you do.
Because I can't call my mom. She's 500 kilometers away.
The same thing happened to me because I left Benoni, and this is Lakefield Benoni. It's not Davidson. I didn't. No, because where people always think I'm from the hood. I used to let the people think that. By the way,
why?
No, street cred. I just want the street
cred
to embrace me.
Nah, you need to have lived in the hood for like 5 years.
I didn't live in the hood.
You didn't
I
live-
frequented the hood.
What I'm saying is you need to have a certain level of hood in you if you're gonna survive in South Africa.
No. That I've got.
Yeah,
No, that I've
okay,
got.
good.
You wanna know why?
Why?
Because every Sunday, remember yesterday I was telling you about we went to church all the time.
Yeah.
That church was in where?
Oh,
And then
okay.
I have family members that stay in the hood.
Ah.
I've seen a street bash. I've been part of a street bash.
Oh.
I'm a tavern yawazi.
Oh, I mean, I tavern skis. Like, no, that's why I draw the line. that's why I draw the line. No, ngizoyibona mangidlula nje.
If you don't know your story, you'll get stabbed.
That's my chat, bro. I remember this one time we had to
you
go to
will
a
get
tavern
stabbed.
to buy alcohol for a family function, right?
Uh-huh.
And it was the
Not
closest
for you, eh? Okay.
for me. What?
Okay.
So we had to go to this tavern to get
Yeah.
drinks for the uncles and everyone, and it was around 7 p.m. Dog, I walk in, the music is so loud, bro. Afrobeat music is not that loud.
Yes, of course.
That's that music that's so loud. You feel your eardrum starting to itch,
Pop,
bro.
yeah,
like what? And then I walk in, there's just dudes dancing there, dudes fighting there, dudes talking there, dudes standing there, and then a dude just minding his business with his bottle, drinking, and he's not even talking to anyone, not dancing, not doing anything. And I'm that type of person who, if I'm uncomfortable, you will see it. Because I'm always scoping the area. I'm always
casing the joint.
the joint, always trying to make sure that nobody gets too close to me, all that. And I've accepted already, no, I'll be hood, but not this hood.
Yeah.
Like if my type of hood is, when I get somewhere, I gauge that, okay, when I walk here, you know, and then I can see that sometimes, okay, when I get here, I have to be like, yo, what's good, fellas? Y'all chilling, you know? Perfect balance.
Yeah, survival tactics. You need to learn the language. You need to walk like you know what you're doing. Don't walk like a victim or walk like you don't know where you're going.
People say I walk like I'm going to a fight. Hey, bro.
I'd rather
people get scared of me when I walk down the road, bro.
Exactly,
than people say, fresh meat.
I just be sure that you're looking down when people like greet you like hello, like yeah. Don't even say
the power of earphones.
not even earphones. Like just walk without.
Just
anything.
walk.
Yeah, and then
Ignore.
like hello, how are you? Hi, how are you? Walk.
Sharp.
Walk.
This dude a few days ago was telling me about how they stole his phone. I'm like, how did they steal your phone? The dude has to see the time. I was like,
yeah,
all this trick in the book, bro.
Yeah, all this trick.
He has to see.
Of course, Of course. Yeah.
I was so embarrassed on his behalf.
I would have loved it. I'm like, well.
I told him, I was like, nah, bro.
Clever.
You told me what high school you went to. You should have been street smart enough from there.
But that's what we were saying. That some people have got the right environment to be street smart, but then they're not. So back to the guy in Vegas.
Yeah.
$10 million. He makes $10 million a year. Ready to commit suicide in the media industry. And I asked him why. And he said it was his fault.
Ooh.
I'm like, at least that's huge. That's huge.
Okay. I didn't expect that.
To say it's his fault.
Yeah.
And I said, why is it his fault? And he can't even say he grew up in bad background, etc. and so forth. What he said is that I was ambitious and I worked my way up in the media industry. And now I've gotten to this point. I'm like, yo, is this all there is?
Damn.
And I'm like, this is not actually what I want to do. Now he's facing an identity crisis. And he has no one else to blame.
I got all this money, but like...
And also the money is not like he just went to pull the heist. Now he worked for it diligently, building a business, building a system. And he needs to show up for work every single day, pay employees, sponsors.
Because it's bigger than him now.
It's way bigger than him now. And now he's ready to commit suicide because he hates. We found out that this is not actually what he wanted to do. Ready to commit suicide. I'm like, yeah, that's. I didn't even ask him what he wanted to do because I was so.
You were so
mesmerized.
Yeah.
I was still on 10 million. I was like, okay. Then after that, it was a very sobering thought because I thought before then it's like if I had 10 million, I would be happy.
Yeah.
I'm lying. If I was lying to myself because if I had that money now, I don't think that is what will fulfill me.
What do you think would fulfill you? 100 million?
No, it's not even a monetary amount now.
It's just...
I think for me, Jim Rohn said it best. He said, if someone was to give you $1 million, you need to learn to become a millionaire quickly. So you get to keep the money. So now it's not about the money that they give you. Have you ever... had someone giving you the most money that you've ever had, and then you mismanage it, it's like winning the lottery.
Damn.
And then you go and you mismanage it. So for me, I don't think it's about the money that you make. What's more important is the person that you become. So I'm looking at the type of person that I want to become. That will fulfill me. Not 100 million. I'm not saying that if you want to give me 100 million, it's okay. I will take it. I will be happy and be grateful for it. We'll work this thing out together. If someone wants to,
we'll figure it out, man. We'll figure it out.
Like, I'm not saying no to 100 million.
Who is
dollars or rands? I'm not gonna say no to that.
Maybe Dave Chappelle, but like,
yeah. Then he went and signed a $60 million Netflix contract. Not too long after that.
Come on, it was like 10 years later.
Not too long after that. $6 million every single year if you were to backdate it.
Touche.
So I mean, was it? Do you know what I mean?
Damn. How old is 15 really?
That's a good question. How old is 15? That's one of the smartest jokes ever.
Yeah, it's like, hey yo.
That is one of the smartest jokes.
So, do you think your impact is what you want more?
Yeah.
Are you gonna give me the corny answer that did you leave the world a better place than when you found it?
That's a very corny answer, but it's very true. I think it's very true because we don't need any more evil people in the world. There's enough of them. We don't need enough. We've got enough lazy people in the world. We've got enough.
Even those that get shot.
Who got shot?
Lazy people that get shot.
That podcast is going up today. Yo. Let's talk about that. I still like. First of all, getting shot is not nice. I've never been shot. I don't think.
I would assume it's not.
I would assume it's not nice, especially being shot in where your vital organs
in 2 places, even, dog.
No, 3. You should have shot here. It went through here and went through there. Vital organs, by the way.
Damn.
Vital organs.
Damn.
And then decided I'm not going to work and feed and support my family.
He said, never mind. Nothing.
Like, no. But anyway, so
he said, F them kids, man.
I was
I almost died.
If it was me, I'm gonna make sure I maximize the moment.
Like for those 6 months, while I'm recovering.
Yeah.
Yo.
Recover. But then when I'm back on the ground, I'm back at it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much time.
Like that's a 50 Cent moment right there, bro.
Look at what 50 Cent did with his life.
Bro, the game got shot. Do you know what he did in his hospital bed?
What?
Told his brother, bring me as many hip hop records as you can find. I'm gonna learn how to rap, and he learned how to rap on his hospital bed, and now he's the game.
Or he was.
Yeah, he left the game, and then
he's hating on him, but it's okay.
He's hating on everyone.
Oh, is it?
And recycling the same freestyle for like the past 5 years.
That's a great story, right?
Yeah,
that's a great story. I mean, like over the past few years, there have been 2 near-death experiences that I've had. And I think that's God sending me a message.
Like, do something, bro.
Not even do something. It's that, like, you're coasting in life, my boy. Let's run at 120. Let's run at 120.
Excuse me, work harder.
And I've been running.
I know. I know you get new shoes every month because of how hard you run.
That's a good one. Because, I mean, that's questioning if you're going to make it the next day gives you. It goes one of 2 ways. I guess it depends on the person. If you get into a near-death experience and you're like, I still want to live and I still haven't done everything that I can actually care about life, you're going to start milking it every single day.
True. And
versus
then
you
just
care about life anyway. You're like, well, I want to die eventually anyway, so like, it doesn't matter.
Like, why keep doing anything?
Why keep? It just depends on the person you are. So back to, I'll take the 100 million, I'll take the billion, I'll take it, and making the world a better place. Yeah, 100%. The thing is, I believe that I'm going to see God one day, and I have to tell him exactly what I did with my life. So now, am I going to tell him that I was just chilling?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no.
The person that you're afraid of the most is who?
God.
No. I'm saying the person that you can actually see, touch, or smell every day. If you started crystal meth,
My mother.
all right.
My mother. Because I'm trying to think, it's either my girl or my mother. But like my girl, I'll be like, "Ay, when I you know.
Yeah, my fingers all over.
Yeah, when I'm my actually, my older sister.
Right. So
My
now,
older sister.
Now you're on crystal meth. You stop podcasting. You throw your life away, and then now it's
Yo, like
I'll never forget this because I was like, my dad was fetching me from the from backstage, and then driving me back home from my first summer back from university. And he's like, he saw these guys dancing like this, doing that. He's like,
if you don't stay in
if
school,
you mess up in university, this is what you're gonna come to.
why do they always do that? Why do they always do that?
He used the F word. Like, if you mess up in university, this is what you're gonna come to. Like my dad would curse, he wouldn't care. It's like,
Oh no, listen, my mom is foul mouthed
he's
too.
like, if you fuck up in university, this is what you're gonna come to. Ha! And I'm using that as a neural pattern disruptor for descriptive purposes. If you fuck up in university, this is what you do. I was
And now those words are ringing here every day for the next couple of years.
Accounting 101, and me and accounting were not best friends. I'm looking at this, I want to quit.
But I come back
And then I
up.
took a walk, and I saw a stop strike, a seat sign. I'm like, hey, go back and go study.
Yo, why do they always do that? Even my mom.
Yeah.
See, homeless. There's this one homeless dude, right?
Yeah.
If you're from Polokwane, the homeless dude by the Thornhill and Engine traffic lights. You know
Exactly
you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She picked me up from school. Every time that dude pulls up, she's like, stay in school. Stay in school. Stay in school. Like, how? You've told me enough times. I know this.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't need your parents to tell you anything, especially if, like, for example, for me, I'm from, you can actually say I'm from two places, right? I've had two different lifestyles. The first 7 years of my life, I lived in the Bundus in Venda. And then we moved to Polokwane when I was 7. In the Bundus, the villages. Hamocha. It's called Hamocha. It's in Venda. Let's not do this. Let's not do this. Let's not do this. Don't start.
Can I do me a favor, please? Can you please go look on all the maps of the world, Google Maps, all of it, right? Please, and tell me if there's a place in the world called Venda defined
Yes.
by borders.
Yes.
By borders.
Yes.
On the map.
Listen,
Officially.
it was the Republic of Venda, but like,
I'm asking. I'm not asking objectively. I'm not being emotional about it. Like,
You know
like
what
for me, if I say I'm going back home, I can go back to the kingdom of what? Eswatini. There are borders. There's a king. And Basotho, if they say they want to go to home to Lesotho, that's where they can go. Or Botswana, they go to Botswana.
I'm gonna say something, but it needs me to bleep. You know what you're doing right now?
Zulu.
You know what you're doing right now? You're gonna have to edit. You're gonna have to edit this. You're gonna have to edit this out anyway. Because what I wanna say.
Yeah.
Nah, let's not get you cancelled. Outing
Yes.
tool.
Amazulu, they go back to Zululand. There's a place called KwaZulu Natal that they can go back there.
Venda is the people, much like Asgard. And that's the people.
And what happened to Asgard? Half of them got killed by Thanos.
Yeah, the Zulu people tried doing the same. So apparently, this is a story that I've heard.
They tried to kill them.
Apparently Zulu people are from like there. Apparently Venda people, there's two histories I've heard about Venda people. I'm willing to believe the Congolese one, that we migrated from the Congo down to Zimbabwe and then moved to Venda. That's what,
makes sense.
yeah, we're beautiful people, aren't we?
I
And then it doesn't mean we're not beautiful.
Doesn't mean you guys are.
Doesn't mean we're not though.
Doesn't mean you guys are. Like, because I've seen some. Hey.
Yeah, but you are insulting a whole tribe.
I'm not
A whole
insulting a whole
tribe.
tribe, just part of the tribe that, God said, let me give you other talents. You know what I mean? Yes, carry on.
So, fine. Spend time in the Bundus. Spend time in Polokwane, and I still go to the Bundus regularly. Even now during the December holidays, I was there for a week, and then I spent another week in the city in Polokwane. So, trust me. You don't need to tell me to stay in school. You don't need to motivate me. I see poverty every time I'm there. And I see the effect it has. And ngisharp, like ngisharp ngepoverty. Ngisharp ngepoverty. I saw people it broke my heart, man. Family members even couldn't even afford to buy food for Christmas. Like they couldn't afford to throw Christmas luncheons, bro. It was sad. It was sad. But then it felt sad seeing people, human beings in my family going through this, right?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it's like you make it hard for me to feel bad for you.
Why?
Because these are my mother's siblings that I'm talking about now. And you guys were all given the same opportunities. How come this one lady is the one that managed to do something with her life and go to and you know, be successful, in your words? And I just jotted it down to just simply not wanting to.
Not wanting to.
Yes, not wanting to do anything. That's it. Sure. The circumstances
that
push
is
them.
very true, but I think sometimes it can be a bit simplistic, but it's also very true. Because I think if you have, like people come from the same environment, same cities, same circumstances, and that goes back to why I wrote it's Inspired Success. It's like, why is your mother doing the things, and then her siblings not doing the things, given that they had exactly the same things, the same circumstances? And that comes down to your own sense of personal accountability and responsibility. And as human beings, it's very hard for us to say that this is my fault.
True.
It's very difficult for us to say. We'll rather blame it on black magic, rather blame it on that my mother didn't give me the opportunity even though she did, my dad didn't give me the opportunity even though he did, or somebody else stole me something from me, or it's like, it's always...
there's always someone to blame.
Yeah, success is inwards directed, it's not outward directed, you know what I mean?
No, I don't.
No, so what I mean there is that for you to be successful, you need to say, I want to be successful.
Oh, yes.
And it's something that I want to do because I feel that it's something that I believe that I can do. And if you, and also people who don't want to do anything, this is what years and years of personal research and interviews and stories, is that people who were unsuccessful and became unsuccessful, when they look back, they're like, when I was in that state of not being successful, I did not inherently believe that I could achieve great things. I didn't believe that I could become more than I am. I didn't believe that I could go to school and or even not have an education or build a business and become someone of significance, and they don't actually believe that. Because my chat is this: if you don't believe that you can win, you're not going to. If you don't believe that you can make money, you're not going to. And your fourth said it best: whether you think you can or you can't, either way you're right.
Damn.
People who want to become successful, they say, I believe that I can achieve great things. They can believe the guy who, even though he says he was suicidal, for him to, I still believe he was successful.
Yeah.
It's just when he got there, I think something changed. It's like, this is not what I actually want.
As J. Cole said, the good news is you came a long way. The bad news is you went the wrong way.
Yeah, but then the belief there is that if you've gone on a camera and know that you've come a long way, you know that you can still go a long way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For example, if you ran 500 kilometers, and you're like, yes, I ran 500 kilometers, and then you're like, but I'm at the wrong place, you can still say, but I ran 500 kilometers.
Yeah.
I can still do that.
Yeah, I have the ability to.
You've got the ability. Now, if you've proven that to yourself, now you just take time, look at it, and say, what do I actually want to do?
Reminds me of a story. This one dude, this is my sister's friend.
Yeah.
He got rich young, very rich, like 21, 22. He was rich.
You should. You want that man.
Yeah. Then he got broke.
How?
So broke that they repossessed all his vehicles. And when they did repossess all the vehicles, man, they were sitting on E. All of them. So it was bad. It got bad. Broke. Nothing, nada. I need to actually motor go E.
That's what I'm saying.
Imagine a Ferrari go E. Imagine.
I mean, that's what happens.
Excuse me.
Not that
So
happens. No, that's not what happens. No.
Let's not do that.
Yeah.
So got rich young.
Yeah.
Got broke.
Yeah.
Years later, got rich again.
Okay.
And I was like, that's pretty cool that he did that. But the fact that he got rich before, he knew that he could do it.
Again.
I just need to do it again in a different way.
direction.
If you don't,
Be smarter.
exactly, like you say, if you don't believe it, you won't achieve it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. But could it be just those people that say, I never believed I could be here? Those people that say, I never believed I could do this. Your upbringing also plays a huge role in that, I think.
Very true.
Because if, like you said, poverty and growing up soft, unfortunately, there's two different styles of parenting just from that alone. And it's gonna sound bad, but if I'm a security guard, right?
Yeah.
And I got 3 kids to feed at home.
Yeah.
I'm a security guard, I got 3 kids to feed at home. I got my wife to feed at home. I still gotta feed myself. We gotta live, we gotta have a roof over our heads. All that.
Yeah.
That man is too busy focused on doing that to even think about giving his children positive reinforcement. Like telling them and letting them know your world is your oyster. You can achieve anything you set your mind to because I'm trying to help you in life. And as long as you have me and as long as you have your siblings, you can do anything you want because there's greatness in you. I believe that everyone is born with greatness in them. You just have to tap into it. Unfortunately,
Except for Kwame Brown.
he's the greatest bust of all time. So come on,
Oh,
come
that's
on,
great.
come on.
I'm joking, Kwame. I'm joking.
Come on.
He made it
No
to the
disrespect
NBA.
whatsoever.
No, he made it to the NBA.
Yeah, I made it to the league. Number one pick.
Number one pick.
pick.
So he's like top 1%
Dog.
of everything. And then
We remember him. Nobody remembers Anthony Bennett.
I do now. I do now. Yeah, carry on, you're saying?
So he doesn't have time to say, you can do this, my boy. You got this. You know, the world is your oyster. He's too busy when the kid wants to go outside and play with dad. Dad is tired. He just came back from working a 12-hour shift, and now I got to sleep 4 hours because in another 2 hours I got to go back to that 12-hour shift. There's no time for me to give you positive reinforcement. Even when we're talking as a family, there's no such thing as, okay, so the kids have a basketball game tomorrow, and I think it'd be great if we go watch them and go, support them and cheer them on. No, there's none of that, bro. There's, why are you trying to pursue this? It won't put food on the table. Why are you trying to pursue a career in sports? It won't put food on the table. Go to school, do your thing. You understand?
Yeah.
It's and that plays
Unless it's an outlier.
unless it's an outlier, but that hurts, and that's why that might be why people grow up with that feeling. It's like Denzel in Fences. As far as I'm concerned,
Crush that boy's dream, man.
bro, you know why? I don't have to like you. I feed you, I clothe you, you got a roof over your head.
Yeah,
What more do you
think
want?
that- they
I
think
think that's enough. So
And
what
a lot-
more do you
and I
want?
find A lot of black African parents have exactly the same sentiment. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like how I feed you. What are you trying to?
like ufuna. Like do you get?
I'm talking about old school. Like
Yeah.
suicide was a time when like teenage suicide was quite high
Damn.
in this country.
Damn.
I don't know, like 10, 15 years ago.
Damn.
Even 10, 15 years ago. There was a time, or maybe it was
Couldn't that be when social media was coming up and?
I don't know. But then there was a time when, like, I don't know, maybe for me in my conscience, teenage suicide was on an all-time high.
Okay.
And then also what they found is that a lot of black kids couldn't go and talk to their parents because the feedback that they would get, I feed you, I clothe you, you've got this, what could you be suicidal about?
Unfortunately. And it sounds mean, but you have to understand these people are products of their environments and generations as well. This was a time where we were blessed if we were fed. We were blessed if we were fully clothed. You understand, bro? So now I'm out here giving you all these things that my parents fought to give me. I'm giving them to you. You wake up in the morning, you're deciding if you need cheese, if you need my wheat bix, if you understand? Where Tina, we woke up in the morning, what's for breakfast? Maybe something. You understand? You understand? I know stories. My mom tells me stories of growing up at home and there was no food in the kitchen. And mind you, this was a house with 8 kids. My mom tells me stories that there were times where they would literally starve because now maybe grandma goes out to make a plan and comes back. So now, don't you think she's going to be a bit pissed off when Mukundi comes through and says, Mom, I'm not happy. What's the problem? I feel like you don't give me positive reinforcement.
That is very true.
I feel like you don't support me in my
That's very
dreams.
true. That's very true. I think
Yeah.
it goes down to that entire Maslow's hierarchy of needs. At the bottom is the entire hierarchy of needs called it's in the pyramid, right? And the bottom is your need for safety, security, and physical needs, safety, security, and food.
Yeah.
No, it's just I think it's like food, then safety and security. I need to go look at that again. And then at the top is self-actualization. So you cannot even think of self-actualizing anything if you're hungry. You cannot even think of security if you're hungry.
You can't think of supporting your kid's dreams when you're trying to
When
feed
you're
said kid.
just trying to feed them. It takes
Yeah.
a very special parent to say to their child when they're going through all of that. I'm not talking about middle class, I'm like someone just scraping out of poverty. To still be, I'm going to make a plan, but I'm still going to go to every single game or every single recital. That is hard.
Exactly.
And some parents do it.
And shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them. In Boston, one time they were trying to motivate us, and they were saying because if you get to Rhodes University, you may not be well off, but it means like your parents had to scrape and try. And what used to break my heart there is that some kids this is the only option that they had. This is the only way out of poverty that they had.
Yeah.
Their parents literally I can only support you so far. And what they would do, they go drinking, they go partying, and they would not be studying, and then they get excluded, and then now what are their parents going to do? They literally murdered themselves, not physically, to get them to this point, and then this kid is going to go and play around with that. And I saw that happen.
It happens too many times, unfortunately.
So then they were motivating us and saying, look, listen here, you should lose all your excuses. I can't remember what lecture it was. You must lose all your excuses because one of the top achievers, and it wasn't Zundelindo.
I saw his YouTube. He posted the car clip. I was like,
he said he was a top achiever in quintile 1 in the country, which means quintile 1 is the poorest, and then quintile 5 is the richest in terms of your LSM.
Yeah.
And he said he was the smartest poor kid. But then he won a car. I was like, ooh, laugh now.
Yeah.
So there was, back to your story about your security guard working hard. Scrappers working by. So there was a gardener and a maid who got married.
Sure.
And this is their profession. And at that time they didn't get paid quite a bit. Well, they didn't make a lot. But then they scraped by and then they worked. And then they had this kid, they had a child, a boy, who ended up becoming the top achiever in the country, academically wise.
Damn.
I'm going to say that again.
Damn.
So a security guard, gardener, and a maid.
He became the top achiever in the whole country.
I need to go find out who that person is, but that's the story that we're being told.
Yeah. So
this is an outlier case, but that shows that again it is possible for you to be killing yourself, just trying to make ends meet, and still giving your child positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. So then back to your story, like why people will achieve something what they want. What I found is this: you inherently, if you know that I can achieve great things, you are inherently responsible for your own life because you're saying I can achieve great things.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you all start reading biographies of all these guys. So about all these people on the wall. Some people I think I need to take off. Don't do this. Say nothing.
I'm just looking. But I've told you, I can't even hate the man because he knows how to make money. Like, that's it.
Right. So, some people, I had to take up the world.
Get him off, dog.
So that's why I've got biographies of all these people who did things that are just like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like Elon Musk, like what are we doing? Even with the money he has,
Bro.
still shooting rockets into space, taking
Bro.
us to Mars,
And catching them.
Again, catching them, and now he's in cabinet, my man.
He's a politician.
He's in cabinet.
The boy from Pretoria.
American cabinet, right?
Dog.
So, like, there are all of these inspiring stories. And if you stop hating on other people and stop looking at things on YouTube that you know you shouldn't be looking at, and start reading documentaries or reading biographies and looking at documentaries of people who have done massively great things, you're like, okay, if they can do it, then I can do something great with my own life. And sometimes your parent can talk about it till the cows come home. You've seen her great parents, and still their child's like, nah, let's go that way.
so Tolada.
Right.
It's like a shot left. It's like a double up.
It's like this. This matters to the story because this man's a Caucasian, rich Caucasian from a rich family. Who went to church this one time. They're telling us a story. Rich Caucasian man. It's a big redemption story. It's either Joel Osteen was talking about it or at Rivers they were talking about it. But it was just an analogy that they put, like how you can redeem your life. Now, this guy is similar to the guy that I made in Vegas, $10 million a year, but not as messed up, right? So his parents, rich, well off, gave him everything he needed, as well as the positive reinforcement, and the church environment, and the good friends, the good neighborhood, and they were there for him with every game, first day of school, last day, they were there.
The whole 9.
Nothing more that you can ask for.
The whole 9.
Nothing more that you can ask for. The whole 9 yards and a bag of chips. Guess what this man did with his life for until he was like 56?
He got on that. Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Damn.
He got on drugs. Got hooked on drugs. He was on that shit.
Damn.
He was on drugs. That's why I'm starting to grow a visceral hatred for drug abuse. I'm starting to grow a visceral hatred for it.
Yeah, no.
But anyway, and that's what happened. So, and his parents, they tried and they tried and they tried, and until they were like, my man,
like we've tried, dog.
You know, for 40 now.
Into my food.
Yeah, God. Like,
Yo.
But anyway.
Oh,
so,
congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know about Kaiser Chiefs.
Like, no one wants to know about Kaiser Chiefs. So then he had a moment where it's like, what's wrong with me? In his 50s.
In his 50s.
It was, I'd say the late 40s, early 50s. I think 56 when he got his life together. It's like that teacher that you were telling me about. But for him, it was the parental background, the ethnicity you're born into. And remember, like, if you threw away your life there in that community, you looked upon. Yeah, you looked away, it's frowned upon.
Yeah.
It's really frowned upon. And then he had the moment like, okay, now I need to get my life together. I don't know what moment hit him, but now I need to get my life together. Then he started fixing his life, and then at 56, he started having a family, and then he started fixing his life. And then he was like, hey, I messed up, but I'm 56 now. I can't do anything about all these years that I've missed. Now I can at least fix it. But that goes with the point that I got from that is that you can come from the most perfect environment, you can have the most perfect parents, and you can still decide that I'm not going to be successful.
Decide. And keyword being decide.
Decide. That's the thing.
Keyword
Everyone
being
just needs
decide.
to make a choice to decide. And also, watch. This is going to happen to you. Like, this is like, watch. Like,
okay.
Watch.
Okay.
Like, watch. Like, watch. I've been around a long time in this life.
What am I going to do?
No, I said this is what's going to happen to you.
Okay.
So you'll work, you'll become successful, you'll make the money, you'll get the notoriety, and then odds are people from where you grew up are going to be resentful of you.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be hateful of you. And then I was asking my family, I was asking my dad this one time, his dad or my brother, actually, no, we're having a conversation with my brother, and then it was like, why is it that extended families like this and that person's like that friend's like this? Is like, like, guys, come on. It's like, honestly, like they just mad, they're just upset that they messed up the opportunities that they had.
They hate us because they ain't us. Which goes back full circle because you had the exact same
And
opportunities,
then you
bro.
made, even if you didn't have the same opportunity, you still made bad decisions.
You still made bad decisions.
You
You
still
see,
made
what
bad
the reason I say I can't feel bad for my family, right?
Oh, Lord.
This
Yeah?
nice lady, after getting her life together, went as far as to try to help each and every single one of her siblings to go for training for a
Why would you
certain
do that?
because she's too naive and too nice of a person. I keep telling her,
Like some Klabenjo.
dog. So took the effort to put all her siblings through training for a certain thing. My uncles qualified forklift operators, heavy machinery operators, qualified security guards, all that. Still did nothing. Still did fuck all. So and you want me to feel bad for you?
Nah, you could, there you can't.
Like,
You know,
and here's the other thing.
and I know you want to.
Like, I'm not a bad person. However, okay, come on, don't look at me like that. How I'm a nice person. I'm a good person. I'm a good human being. Like, I don't know what point you're trying to drive home. As I was saying, I'm a nice person, but
To some people.
to the people that deserve.
That's what I'm saying. Some people.
Okay, fine. Yeah, sure. If that's how you want to put it, sure. But I can't feel bad for you after I've watched you actively ruin your life.
After I've actively watched you ruin your life.
No, after I've watched you actively.
You've actively watched them actively ruin their life.
Yes.
Were you passive and like, hey, it's a bigger from afar? Or
I was passive, dog. I was in Polokwane while this was happening in
Yeah,
Venda.
yeah.
I'd see this in glimpses. You get me?
Oh, you saw it in glimpses.
I'd see it in
Flashes.
glimpses. Like every couple of months, I go back to Venda and I'm like, so here's what you're doing
No,
now. Here's what you're not doing
Here's
now.
a chat. My dad also gave me this chat in 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2011, one of the worst years in all of existence at the time. You know, my grandmother passed away,
Damn.
my aunt passed away.
Damn.
Second year was difficult.
Damn.
AF.
Springboks lost the World Cup.
I don't care that they lost that World Cup. We have 4 now. Like it's
Back to back, baby.
Yeah, we got back to back. We might as well go back to back to back. Djokovic was dominating Nadal in 7 straight finals that year. You know,
Damn.
Man United lost to Barcelona. Oh no, that was a good time. And this was just an over really hard year. And then my aunt passed away at the end of that year as well. Now I'm like,
2011.
I see, yeah,
Yo.
Sesame,
it's regile.
Yo, 2011 was rough, man. But then there was a friend I was trying to help, right? And this is where I learned at a deep level, you can't help a person who doesn't want to be helped. So we've gone to school together. Oh, sorry. Oh, Killer My dad's nickname was Killer, and even my mom used to do ballroom Latin dancing. And when he was doing ballroom Latin dancing, he stepped on his toes, and then she was like, Killer
I will keep saying that. I will never. Shouldn't have said that.
Oh, okay.
You shouldn't have
they
said
also used
that.
to call me Killer in high school.
Oh,
Yeah.
killer.
Yeah, killer, yeah. Killer. I'm like, bro, like, I ain't killing nothing. You're killing them, son.
Cause I was about to say, because you're killing it, son.
You're killing them, son.
Oh, man.
No, my dad was a scary man, so I was like, yeah, he's been to jail.
Oh, damn.
No, look at him. He's been to jail.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you why. No, no. The reason why is because during apartheid, you know, like if you they randomly put people in prison.
He was a black man in apartheid.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Yeah. So he said, I was like, this guy was trying to help me. We were in the same high school together, and then he joined me in university, and he just wasn't taking life seriously. His mom was like, help him out. I'm like, because I like people. Trying to help this guy out. He was on that
hard.
But at least do something. At least like
was he doing something?
So look, also here's the thing. He was given a course that he chose.
Okay.
That he wanted to do. It's sound engineering, bro. Like it's sound engineering and music. music theory, and like Rhodes is a perfect place from a cultural perspective.
Yeah.
Right, not necessarily sound engineering because it's like that was like one department for that.
Yeah.
So he was doing that because he said he wanted to go into music and produce and you know. Okay, here we're giving you
Everything you need.
everything you need. Fluffed it. Yeah, he fluffed it. And then I was calling my dad. I'm like, telling him this entire story, and he's like, "This is why it's like you can't help people who don't want to be helped." And then also now,
Simple.
you need to be selfish.
Yes.
At certain points now, you need to be selfish with your time, your emotions, your
I was
health.
about to say, because now that person is probably going to frustrate you.
Yeah, and I was getting frustrated.
Exactly.
And also, that's the thing. You know, those people who end up making a lot of money. I used to think go to bank, but like no, they value their time so much.
Exactly.
It's like, can I please get you on the podcast? Can we use it? Like it's like yeah, but then I'm very very selective with my time because they've been abused, they've been misused, and they're like, no, well, why must I go there for mahalaha? Because I could be doing something that will actually bring me money. For example, if you made $1,000 a podcast episode, that's like an hour.
Why?
Now, someone says, "Hey, Mukundi, let's hang out for an hour." So $8,000 is on
like
20,000
like
are you gonna give that to me? It's like, and then like, oh no, Mukundi's a dick.
no, Mukundi just values his time.
Thank you.
Simple.
Thank you. So then
Need I say more about that one Saturday morning?
what you?
Where I went to this one radio station.
Oh my!
And this dude,
oh my.
he liked my work so much. He was like, you know what? Next week, come back. Let's get you on air again. I said, yeah, sure. So let's talk money then. He said, Esh, you know, we work on a voluntary basis. I'm like,
no, but it's
yeah, man, that's what. Smiling at me the whole time, dog. That's what pissed me off. The fact that he's smiling while telling me all this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, fine. Cover my transport at least. Esh. You know what? Nah, to save your pocket, man, instead of coming every week, we'll have you come in every 2 weeks. I'm like, that still doesn't solve my problem. You say to save my pocket. Bro, cover my Ubers, bro.
He came back so upset. He came back, he
Huh?
got up early in the morning, he dressed nice.
On a Saturday,
He
bro.
budgeted his Uber there and back. It's like, yo, I'm gonna get this paper side.
Don't tell ukuthi you work for free. You want me to give you my Saturday mornings for free?
No.
Oh.
Like, we must stop this entire thing of free unless there's a benefit that's going to come from it.
You understand? We're paying you.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
now we get a lot of exposure for exposure. I mean,
No, this is why the second book I wrote is very important. You are a business, treat yourself like one.
Yes.
I cannot go to a business establishment. So one time I went to the Maslow Hotel just to in Santon.
no.
Yeah, I'll show you it when we Afrobeats next time.
Okay.
So the Maslow, it's quite an upscale hotel. I was like, I want to do an experiment as part of my research. I'm like, okay, I went there and I said, can I please have the top tier suite, presidential suite that you can have for the weekend, and then I want room service. And I want drinks, and I want this, and I want this. I was like, last number. And then they asked, okay, so then like, can you give us your details that you're going to use to pay? And I said, I'm not going to pay with money, but I've got all these degrees, all this experience, and I'm good looking, so I don't feel I need to pay. How do you think that went?
So did they walk you out or throw you out?
They were like, no, you have to, this is the price of the price, this is what you have to do.
They throw you out like Jazz and Fresh Prince.
And then throw me out because they've got etiquette and decorum there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So then they're like, I was like, okay, no, actually, I was just conducting a social experiment here.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, where's your restaurant so I can go have a cup of coffee there?
Klar.
Yeah. Then I went. So then so if you are the Maslow Hotel, is if the person is going to be sleeping there for free, the question you need to ask yourself is, what benefit am I going to get? Michael Jackson, the greatest entertainer of all time, better than Chris Brown, better than Beyonce, better than James Brown, better than everybody, right? And from an entertainment perspective, right? And yes, Ingi, Beyonce is
one of the most talented human beings to ever exist.
Yes, Beyonce is not on Michael Jackson's level. That's what we need to understand, and that's what we need to get right in our minds. Beyonce is amazing. She's all-time great, but she ain't MJ.
MJ had people fainting, and he just stood like this. People were fainting.
Like, bro,
Dog, grown men were in tears, bro.
I was one of them watching the DVD. While I watched the DVD,
And he's just,
come
on,
anyway, before social media, before any of that. So Michael Jackson used to not pay for hotels ever a day in his life at the like height and peak of his fame, which was
Michael Jackson stays with us.
Huh?
Michael Jackson stays with us.
That's what I'm saying. So if Michael Jackson in his heyday went to the Maslow Hotel and said, I need everything that I was asking for, they would give it to him.
No hesitation.
And why? Because Michael Jackson at the Maslow. Everyone and their dog and the cat is going to start booking rooms at the Maslow Hotel. So if the guy for whatever radio station said we will bring you on, but then you knew vele you want to get like 100,000 followers on social media.
You understand?
Like all of these things.
You understand?
That translates
like
into
guaranteed.
Like guaranteed. Not even that you know. It's done.
Spill that.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not Bob. Like.
So so back to what my dad was saying is like you can't make someone work, can't make someone build. You need to be selfish and make sure that you maximize your potential and you get to where you need to get to. And those people who are on the same mission and have got the same drive, those are people that you can spend your time with. And those are the type of people that you can help. And then he said to me, which is one of the funniest things, don't be Jesus Christ dying for the sins of the world.
Thank you. Dr. King. Man, I wish I'd met Dr. King. I ain't even gonna lie.
Like, yeah.
But yeah, it's the exact conversation I had with our mutual friend last year.
Our mutual friend.
Yeah.
Mutual friend.
I'll tell you. You'll just hear from the story. When I told the boy, yo, if you don't get your life together, I will cut you off.
Oh, okay.
I will cut you off because I need to surround myself with people who have direction in their lives. I can see where you're going. I can see what you're doing. You need to be doing something with your life.
If you hang out with 10 negative people, you're going to be number 11.
You understand? So I was like, yo, get your life together. Otherwise, I will cut you off.
Yeah.
I will cut you off.
Well, facts. And you mustn't be afraid to cut people off just because they've been in your life for a very long time.
Yes.
You mustn't be afraid. Like, you don't owe them anything.
Not a damn
Let's
thing.
be honest here. You don't owe your family members anything. I'm talking about extended family members.
Yeah.
You know, us as black people, everyone's our family.
Yeah.
You don't owe them anything.
Yeah, get rid of those cousins.
You get rid of all of them. Sorry, cuz. You said I must get rid of you, cuz. Sorry, cuz.
Yeah, get rid of all them cousins, man.
Get rid of all them cousins.
Yeah. Just like first cousins can stay. First cousins can stay.
So that's the thing. I mean, like, because also my mom has had exactly the same experience as your mom has had. My brothers had exactly the same experience. So we've all done it. Everyone in my family has done it, where they try to help their friends or the other friends or extended family members. I'm like, hey, do this. Here's this opportunity. Do this. Hey, do this. But then inherently, if the person doesn't believe that they can achieve great things, they don't believe that, they don't have a reference point for it, and if it doesn't come from them, I caught them. Yeah, forget about it. Forget about it. So that's how I came up with the success. Success is the progressive realization of where the ideal. That's where it's from Earl Nightingale.
Yeah.
And then with that guy, I realized that money's not. You can have money, but doesn't mean that you're only successful, because you can have all the money and still be suicidal, or you can have more degrees than a thermometer and still be an idiot. You can have all facts. I've met a lot of doctors who I'm like, wait,
no. Listen. I keep telling people, we were having this debate last year, I remember, and they were saying, hey, private school. I was like, Nina, you know some people are wasting money with private school. And I'm like, some of the dumbest people I've ever met went to private school.
That's the thing.
Some of the look, I went to a government school.
Yeah.
School fees were $750 per month.
Yeah,
I think I turned out just fine.
I can tell you for free, you turned out better than a lot of people that I went to school with, and I went to a private school.
You get what I'm saying?
And my parents struggled.
I know a lot of dude. I lived 5 minutes from a private school. I know people in my estate that went to private schools. Yeah. Once again, some of the biggest idiots I've ever met are private school kids.
Oh, don't hit. Private schools are still good.
Private schools are still good. Don't get me wrong. The level of what I'm saying is, you can't help what you say. You can't help someone who doesn't want to be helped. I can put you in a private school.
Somebody doesn't want to be helped, yeah.
I can put you in a private school. But if you're not willing to take advantage of the resources you're given and make use and learn from some of the best education money can buy in whatever country you're in, you know better than Nsundeni, who was the top achiever in a poor school. And yet, when we compare,
Look at where he is now.
when we compare you, Nsundeni is doing way better than you when he had far less.
Yes.
Far less.
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
You know, one of the funny stories there at university, where I went to Rhodes, it's like one of the premier high schools in the country, in Devon. You know, it's like you've heard of Michael House, right?
No.
You've never heard of Michael House? Okay,
No.
so Michael House is like one of the, it's like 300K a year.
A year.
Yeah, a year. Yeah, a year.
So
It's
like, do we still have to apply for university, or do they just get to choose? Like,
No, you must still apply for university. What do you think this is?
for that much money, the universities must be coming to us, dog. Like, yo.
No, because I was doing family planning. I'm like, where do I want my kids to go?
Oh.
So basically, it's like it's like, if it's not the first, it's the second most prestigious school in the country. It's the rival to Michael House. The head boy from that school was in the university with me. I was like,
Dumb cop. Like,
I was like, where did you go?
like, were you at least popular in school? Is that why you were a head boy? Like,
I don't know, but then the thing is, he was being outworked and outperformed by people who came from far less.
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work.
And when talent works hard, that's what we need.
Yeah, so we can use talent for, just resources and money.
Yeah, but everyone has
privilege.
everyone has that talent. So that's what a success means. It's whether you make $1 million or $100,000. We're going to use dollars because exchange rate. You got $100,000 or $1 million. I would rather you make $100,000 and still be able to take care of your family, feed your family, still going after what it is that you want to do. For example, if someone says, I want to be a mother and raise kids, that's what I want to do. Whether she got $1 million or $100,000 doesn't actually matter, because she's actually doing that every single day.
Yeah.
And this whole toxic femininity, I'm just going to say toxic femininity, because feminism is a good thing, but the toxicity of it is saying that sometimes it would be frowned upon. A woman would be frowned upon if she says, I want to stay at home and raise my children. That is a very admirable thing. I call them home executives. I call them home executives. I call them
running a household is not easy.
I've heard. I've never done it.
Running a household, right? Listen, man, running a household is not easy.
So regardless of whether you want to be a used car salesman, or you want to be a podcaster, or you want to be a security guard, or you want to be a tennis player, a Formula One player, if that's what you want to do and you're becoming better at that every single day, then that is what success is. And that means your measurement of success is not mine, and it's not your girlfriend's, not your brother's, because no two people ever want exactly the same things. It may come in the same forms, but no two people have ever in the history of humanity wanted exactly the same two things. That means a successful person doesn't necessarily compete on what they want to achieve. In a sports context, sure, we're competing for a championship, but we're all competing for a championship for different reasons.
Yeah, some is a legacy thing.
Some is a legacy.
Some it's actually winning their first one.
The first one. Yeah. So, like, even in competitive industries, you're not really competing, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So, for example, Michael Jordan was competing for separate reasons.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley was competing for separate reasons. You can look at that. The goal was to be the NBA champion, but that wasn't actually the goal. It was what that goal would give them, whether it's a validation or whatever. Chuck is fine. Charles Barkley is fine right now.
Yeah,
he's good. He's
good.
He's chilling.
He's good.
So are we going to say that he wasn't successful as an NBA player because he didn't win a chip? I don't think so. Is he
unsuccessful? Oh, is this you?
Yeah.
Uelo.
No, I'm just saying. Are we going to say that he wasn't successful? I'm not going to say no. That comes in the GOAT discussion. Separate conversation.
But there's no one. If you can't even begin to say he's not successful.
Exactly.
Even if it's as a broadcaster or whatever.
That's the thing. It's like, and also your criteria for success may change. For example, your criteria when you're young for success is to make it out of high school. Then now the success criteria changed, and now it's to become a
rich and famous.
Yeah,
rich and famous.
Now, then even when you become rich and famous, you'll be like, now I need to keep on shifting the goal and becoming better. The aim is that you never really attain success. That's where the word progressive comes from. That you're constantly
because then if you're ever satisfied, then what's happening?
Yeah, you're a failure. I don't want to say it, but like you're a failure.
Yeah, no.
And there are a lot of people who are failures out there.
Yeah, because once you get satisfied, you become comfortable, and then
exactly
comfortability breeds mediocrity.
Yeah, yeah. Like, so that's the thing. Like a lot of people that I've seen at work and in work environments, they're failures, man, and not even a derogatory sense, based on the criteria that we laid out.
Yeah.
You're working this job, and you can tell that you're just coasting, but you're not giving your all here. You're just like, I'm just gonna ride out until retirement. Retirement is 30 years from now, man.
That's 30 years ago. That's your whole life, bro.
That's the thing. And
when you could do so much more in just 10.
You can that's like the totality of their lives, not just work, like every other area. You can see that they're failures. And the thing is that even if you find yourself in a job that you don't like, well, you know this, and I know this, I've been there. If you've got the question you ask yourself is that, what is it that I want to achieve, and how is this going to help get me there? Then you start seeing it through a different lens. And if I want to like one habit, right?
Into my shoulder.
Yeah. So that's the backstory of how I got the mantra, and it's very personal to me.
Yeah.
The reason why it's so personal to me, and I could talk about it like forever.
I know,
because I took time and research and all of that
to actually
do that. Because I think figuring out that definition of success is one of the greatest achievements of my life. Just finding that, put away the degrees, put away.
Because I think it also helps you stop competing with people.
Yeah, no, I don't compete.
Yeah,
I don't compete.
Because I can like, when you say your own ideals and what you want to go after, it helps you put you in your own lane.
LeBron James.
Not your friend.
Yeah, true. No,
True.
And then also, like, part of that, if things like before we wrap up, this is one seminar I went to.
When we do wrap up,
yeah,
can we just talk about how this wasn't even our conversation?
This was not supposed to be the conversation of the day. We were going to talk about the most painful losses in sports that we've been through, but I guess we're going to have to park that for another recording.
Yeah, let's put that on ice.
I was going to talk about Nadal 2012. And,
I was going to talk about Kamaru Usman 2021.
Oh, shame. Sorry, man. Sorry.
But
I was going to talk about Chelsea 2008. Against Man United.
Is that the one you say they robbed you guys?
No. That's when
John
Terry slipped.
Where's the one where you say you three clear handballs? Six.
Against Barcelona in 2009. That semi-final was just like, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace.
There is no passion. There is no vision. Sorry.
It's a complete crap. Who's saying that?
I don't know.
It's in the NBA. The NBA coach who said that. Scap Attack, one of he's a professional LeBron James hater. On YouTube, Scap Attack. Look at him.
I'll check him out.
When he's doing montages, he always brings that point up. It's a complete crap. What? So we were supposed to talk about that and what people would have learned from, but anyway. So in this seminar, A Millionaire Within, they asked if you had $50 billion, you never need money a day in your life. What are the three things? No, you'll never need money a day in your life. Even if you could travel.
Even your grandkids, dog.
It's like that.
It's like that thing where I read somewhere that Jeff Bezos needs to spend at least $120 every day to avoid getting richer.
I think that's too little. 120.
I saw that like 2-3 years ago, so you're right.
That's too little.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you have $50 billion, you don't need to clock into work tomorrow. No. I'd still work. You know, if I work on $50 billion, I'd still work.
I'd work. I'd go to work. And the day something pops off,
I would have an
the
attitude.
day something pops
Watch
off,
your mouth.
watch me crash out.
Inni.
Soon as they start talking to me, I'm like, who you think you're talking to?
I'm like, oh,
who you
okay.
think you're talking to?
Oh, okay. Like I'll just like I'll make friends with them, and be like find out what all their dreams are, and then I'll go buy all of them. And be
So
like,
what's your dream car? Oh, okay.
Tomorrow I'm driving,
Tomorrow, funny lift.
and then I go park it outside
Joe,
their house.
Joe,
I'll park it outside their house.
buy your neighbor's house, boy.
Yeah. Buy the neighbor's house and the neighbor's house.
Just to park and just park one on each side.
So you have $50 million.
Yeah.
And this is part of where it dawned on me that if you have all the money in the world, doesn't mean that you're successful, right? So what are the 3 things that you wanted to do? Like one of the top 3 things, like you're always going to do something with for your family.
Yeah.
You definitely want to travel somewhere.
Yeah.
You always want to travel. And then you also want to give back to charity.
Yes.
Now that tells me that there's someone in your life that you believe is more important than you.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Ye. No, I'm kidding.
Leave Ye alone.
Then there's someone more important than you.
Mm-hmm. True.
There are places that are more important than you that you need to go and see.
Okay.
So that you can be exposed to more cultures
and fulfilled,
and then be fulfilled. And then there's a cause much greater than you.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So like, hey, social reinforcement from a security guard, he still needs to eat first.
Exactly. I don't care about your feelings right now. I care about your stomach, young man.
Talk about your feelings when I know I got this on lock.
Yeah. So tell me how you feel when you're full.
Exactly.
Like, on a full stomach.
On a full stomach.
Ow.
What people are not understanding is that if you are not taking hold of the opportunities that you have, I heard this from Anthony Robbins. He got this from someone else. I researched this quote. Unknown. Okay? They say tough times create strong men. You've heard this before. Tough times create strong men create good times create weak men create tough times. Yeah. You're creating tough times, and like forget about that book. Tough times don't last. The tough people do. Forget about that book. Please forget about that book. Forget about that book. Don't be like, we'll just breed tough times. Mm-hmm. No, that's the thing. Like if you're wasting opportunities, playing with the opportunities, you're going to be creating tough times for the people that are around you. And it's also that same thing of even like the wealthiest families that come into wealth. What they're failing to do, what we will start this conversation, is making sure that your sons are ready for your passing, or your family is ready for your passing. The thing there is that like someone who comes into wealth, like the Vanderbilts.
Yeah.
The Vanderbilts built the railways in the United States.
Oh.
You would have heard of Vanderbilt University.
No.
You haven't heard of it. Then you call yourself an American sports podcaster, are you?
I don't follow college sports.
Oh, okay. Right. Sure. Fair enough. So the Vanderbilt, Cornelius Vanderbilt, he was dirt poor. He borrowed $100 from his mom. Took that $100, turned it into $200. I think I'm getting the story wrong, but he borrowed money from his mom, and then I think he was worth like something like $100 million by the time
when he died.
Away.
Damn.
And then he like that back then. He was that type.
Yeah, like when Scrooge McDuck.
Titans of industry, like he's one of them, right? Yeah. And then his son doubled his father's wealth.
Oh damn! Shout out.
Yeah, shout out. Then the third generation,
by Mosh. Because now you're soft.
Yeah, now you're soft. So then he was like worth billions worth today's money. Now today, I think later on they all had a family reunion, and a single one of them was worth more than $1 million.
That's it.
Yeah, so that dissipated. Yeah. Versus the Rothschilds, you've heard of the Rothschilds before. Yeah, the guys apparently who own the entire world.
They own all the banks.
Apparently. They own all the banks. Like, apparently.
Apparently, Jay Electronica is dating a Rothschild.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a Rothschild.
Why do you think Why do you think he's never released an album? He's soft, He's living soft.
Apparently, there's a Rothschild who's a surfer. He's just surfing his life. You can't finish the Rothschild's money. Apparently,
like trillion.
There's a book that's called The House of Rothschild. Yeah. And they're a Jewish family. Figures, they're good with money and making sure that they keep their money. So they built an entire system to make sure that their knowledge and their governance and how they made money stays within the family. So then Mukundi is born to the family. We don't even ask you, like, you can't even say, hey, I don't like how things are done. This is how things are done. United, we're not asking you. This is
don't
how
care
things
how
are
you
done.
feel.
There are family meetings, and there's minutes, there's governance.
I keep telling Vusi and I keep talking about this. Hey, bro. Once we build a family business, I don't care what your dream is, bro. I don't care what your passion is.
Yeah.
There's a family business that has to keep going.
Yeah.
You grew up soft because of this. Make sure your children grow up soft as well.
Exactly.
Because of this.
Exactly. So like that's what people in the Asian community they do. Like you'll start you'll start a podcast. You'll Sam carry on the podcast, and then you'll buy the bakery. Then the bakery will then they'll buy a laundromat, and then all of those businesses are still staying in the same in the same family. And even if you're a lawyer, your sister's a doctor, we all know that we're all going to all our businesses going there for accounting services, lawyer services, legal services. But the important thing there, you're disseminating this is how wealth is kept, this is how money is made, and throughout the entire family. The Rothschilds did that very well with what they call a family bank. So that means that if you start a family bank, that means that all your children and your children's children, for example, you don't go to Standard Bank or ABSA or JP Morgan Chase. You'll go to the Modal Trust.
Oh, damn.
Or the House of Modal.
Oh, damn.
And then your son wants to buy a car, he takes out a loan from the bank.
Oh, damn.
And then whatever job he has outside, he's paying it back. And then the loans will go for education and all that. A lot of families do it. Not a lot of families, so I had to go find the families.
That's
gangster.
That's similar to the Jewish model, how the money stays within the community.
Yeah, the example that I'm using here is from the Rothschilds. That's what they did. That's what they did.
Can we wrap up? I'm getting kind of pressed.
Okay. Cool. It always happens, eh?
Always happens.
All right, cool. So that is us for this episode today. Like I think I need to title this "Talks on Masculinity, Money, and Something Else."
Sure.
I'll let the
let our assistant handle
it. The assistant handle it. Yeah. So anyway, guys,
I sat down. I was like, "What's our target?" Maybe 30 to 45, maybe 50. We're in an hour and a half now.
Again. Anyway, this is what happens. But anyway, consistency is better than intensity.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us on this one. Hopefully, you got some value from this, and we'll maybe one day talk about
the biggest losses in sports.
Biggest losses in sports. Yeah.
Maybe if we get there.
Just maybe.
I wonder what tangent we're gonna go off on next week.
Oh, I wonder. Like I was watching Novak Djokovic lose to Nadal in 2020. I'm like, that was a bad loss. You know, like when the elite tennis player gets not even a game from a set. I was like, this was hard to watch. This was bad.
Next time.
Next time. No, but he's a goal.
Oh, Konja's Chai. Never mind.
You can't beat him.
Like
Instead of beating the Roland Garros final, which is quite. That's the one thing Novak hasn't been able to do, which I think is quite sad.
What?
Beat Nadal in a Roland Garros final.
Oh damn.
Oh wait, nobody did. He beat Federer. But he beat Rafa. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Remember that success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. That means you're going after what you've always wanted to go after because it's aligned with your highest values. And that's the only way for you to live a truly fulfilled, successful, and inspired life. And we will see you on the next episode. Oh, my God. Just Tyson success, man.